Hello and welcome. This is Fayetteville Project Healing Waters program, and today's fly is the Elk Hair Emerger. The materials that we're using for this is a Daiichi, the dry fly hook 1310, size 14. We're using Arizona dubbing, Arizona semi-seal reddish brown. We are using Danville fine wire, color gold. We are using Unithread 72 dinar 8/0. And then we are using bleached elk hair, and it comes in a big pad like this. Lasts you a long time. Materials that you will need for this are just standard fly tying stuff, but today we're incorporating a hackle stacker, and y'all will hear that here in the next couple minutes. So first we want to do is put our hook in, if I can get it off the magnet, and secure it in the vise. Then we'll start with our brown thread. And we want to start an eye length behind the eye. Definitely want to leave some room for that elk hair. Otherwise, you're not going to be able to get the tippet into the eye of the hook. Okay, so let's carry that down to the hook point. And here is where we're going to put in our gold wire. Yep, here we go. Some left over from the soft hackle that we just tied. And we're just going to throw that in there, wrap it in, and carry it to the bend of the hook. Alright. So now we're going to grab some of our of this Semper Seal. And if you watched the last video, you know I'm not a fan of this crap. So we're just going to create a dubbing noodle, and secure it on there the best we can, and bring it up, and then we're just going to wrap forward. And it kind of came off on me, so we're just going to stretch it out and just wrap this stuff to where it makes the body kind of uniform. You can grab another pinch. Maybe space this out a little bit. The problem with it is I can only space it out so much, otherwise my thread will hit the camera. So I only have so much room here to play with this stuff. And we'll bring it up and continue wrapping, and just continue where you're going. Just make the body uniform, and you can actually make the thorax a little bigger if you want. And I hope I did not. No, looks like we got enough room. Where you want to be careful is right here, where we're going to tie in the elk hair. So it won't be right on top of there. Otherwise, it's going to be difficult to get your tippet in when you're on the string. So now what we want to do is counter wrap the gold wire, and essentially this makes a rib, but mostly it just keeps the dubbing in place, and so when the fish bite into it, that it'll last a little longer. If not, then the dubbing would just peel off the back of the fly. So that's secure. Let's helicopter this off. Come on. Like I said, I give it a little chance, and then I'll just go to my scissors and cut it off, but it worked that time. I gave it a little patience. So now we just want to kind of see what we're dealing with here, and it looks good. We got a stringer coming off the back there, but we want it buggy. So now what we want to do is we want to grab our elk hair, and essentially we're just getting a little pinch. Let me cut some off and show you how much we're dealing with. And that is too much. But what we're going to do is we're going to take this and thin it out. There's a lot of unwanted fibers here on the back end. So we're going to be stripping it down and stripping it forward, getting the unwanted fibers out of there. And this is where you can break it down to the size you want. See, that's a little much, so we're going to definitely be breaking it down and removing these fibers. And that looks about what I'm looking for right there. Let me put there we go. Now what we want to do is we want to put it in our hackle stacker. And if you don't know how to utilize this, you're putting the tips in first, and then essentially you're just beating it down on a hard surface to get them to line up down on the bottom of the stacker. Then what we want to do is we want to lift this up just a little bit, turn it sideways, and there's our tips. Then we're going to grab them and see where we want it to go onto the fly. And we just want it coming right off the back here. So that looks good to me. So we're going to switch hands. Whoops, see it? Now I'm just going to switch hands. And now we're going to bring it on top and pinch and secure them in. Like so. And you want to put several wraps in this so it will stay and pinch up. Then we're going to come underneath and kind of put a thread dam to get this to point up a little bit. Otherwise it's going to be right there on the eye of the hook, and it's going to be a real pain. So like so. So now we want to carry these fibers forward again. Try not to grab the tail. And then what we want to do, take our scissors, and we want to cut it off right at the wraps, like so. And make sure we're good. Looks good. Now what we want to do is take our whip finish. Be careful not to unwrap it all. Good to go. And we want to remove our thread. And there's our elk hair merger. And come up underneath. I see some extra long hairs underneath here. You can clean it up. That's why I don't like working with this extra long dubbing. I don't know if we can cut it or not. I ordered this stuff just for these flies for the class. And was not happy with it. But we ordered it, and so we used it. I'm not a fan of wasting veterans' money and not utilizing material. But there's our elk hair merger. This is Project Healing Waters, Fayetteville, North Carolina. And we thank you very much for watching. Please, if you like the video, certainly hit like. Share it with your fellow veterans. If you have any comments or critiques, I'm not very good on the critiques, but you know what, I could take it. Of ways of improving my fly tying, I would greatly appreciate it. I'm not the best by far. I'm not even the best. I'm not the best in our program. I'm just the one who stepped up to do it and provide our newbies examples of stuff they can tie to get their minds occupied. Thank you again for watching. This is Project Healing Waters Fayetteville, signing off.